Hey! Iyabo Ojo herself live.
Daddy, please.
Eh?
Yay. I didn't know you were going to bring me on. No. I wasn't planning.
I
Good
know.
afternoon, Ma. Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Iyabo, first of all, I appreciate you. You are a very strong voice.
Mm.
And
Thank you.
have been undermined and misrepresented. Most earlier on, Moni Mio Binusi Yomi for having a different opinion.
Yeah.
Anybody any lawyer at here?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
go to do a movie, in my opinion, who offend sensibility and sensitivity me.
Yeah.
It took it to another level. So by judgment, the spanning of the court case and eventually getting a judgment. He now wants to go ahead and make a documentary or a movie out of it. But light, you say bail, don't revoke. Launch a movie, Lord.
I think he even did the movie. It was already on set before the matter went to court. And one of the reasons why I was so upset about the whole situation was because of the way and manner I knew Yomi Fabiyi was taking the matter. He was, because like the first message he sent to me was when we first had the first outburst, was like, I never knew you and I could fight like this, but let us fight for one more week. I'm enjoying, like he was enjoying the trend and the followers and everything. And in my head, I'm like, I'm not clout chasing with you. I'm not trying to make you famous. Yeah, I'm saying something. I'm talking from an area of pain. We're talking about a minor, and you are finding it exciting. You're finding it like he was so happy he was getting all the attention, because I still have all the messages he sent to me, and I'm like, is this guy okay? So Yomi does not understand what is going on. He's just basking in the fact that I probably would say I overreacted in some areas, and then he took advantage of that, and that he's not supporting Baba Ijesha. Because if you're supporting Baba Ijesha, like you so claimed, you would not go out there and make a movie that actually admits in his own movie that Baba Ijesha was having an affair with that girl. Because in Lagos State, it is an offense for an adult to be having a relationship with a minor. A minor does not have a right of consent, except I'm wrong here.
No. You're absolutely right.
You understand? Yes.
Yeah.
Because even when they talk about the knot, you cannot just go and pick up any minor there and start having an affair. You need to go to the parents. You need to ask for a hand in marriage. I mean, they have their rules and regulations and, culture in which you need to abide with. So, I mean, he's not even helping, because, I mean, I heard Baba Ijesha pleaded not guilty. And your movie is already saying he's guilty because he's having an affair. And a minor does not have a right to consent. So even if a minor comes to you and say, please, touch me, do whatever it is, as an adult, you should know right to say, no, it's not right. So his story, number one, has goofed, and it has really affected, because right now this matter is in court. And we've all been asked not to talk about it. But Yomi keeps coming up with so many things that you will not just want to keep silent about. You would want to talk about. She understands. So, like in my 23 years in the movie industry, we play different types of roles. I was known to play all this kind of prostitute roles, all these daring roles are roles I played when I was in the industry. But guess what? I was an adult even when I was playing these roles. I was in my 20s already when I was playing these roles. I have never seen in my 23 years of age where you put a minor, a child, a That girl should be like 7 or 8, if I'm not mistaken, to ask a boy minor, a boy child, to ask a girl child, what do you want to be in future? And then the next thing that girl will say is, I want to be a prostitute. How demeaning can you subject a child to? And I just found out from a very reliable source that he did not censor that movie. So censors board are not even aware, which is also against our Nigerian and movie constitutional rights.
Wow.
You see, by making this movie, he has already subdued this, in my humble opinion, he has subdued this case. Because this is a case that is before a competent court. Is a case that is not police, so it has been transferred to court. It is before a court. So why is he trying to subjudice it? Then my own humble opinion is, whatever your opinion in this life is, for one, before I did not even know that, according to you, he was chasing clout. That is fair.
Oh yes, I have the message on my phone with the date and time when he sent me that message, and he said, let's fight for 1 week more. Like, I mean, in his mind, is he thinking I'm enjoying this fight or what? You know, and the very first reason why I came out initially to talk about it was because he said in his write-up that on behalf of my colleagues, and I'm like, which colleagues are you talking about? Who asked you to put up this write-up to say
representative of the colleagues?
I mean, and that misled a lot of some of my junior colleagues coming to attack who were against Baba Ijesha's issue. You know, and yes, maybe in the rage, because I was really very upset at the way and manner in which he was taking the whole situation. That's when I said, okay, and he came up and said, okay, that I said we're going to kill Baba Ijesha if Baba Ijesha was released. Well, I didn't say that. Yes, one of us said that, but that wasn't me. But I said in my words, because I was angry. And when we went to the police station and they said, okay, do you people want to see him? So that, because we got an information from one of them in the police station that they were going to release him. Even when we went there, someone who saw him, he was already dressed. You know, they wanted to release him. And my take was, who gave the order for his release? On what bail condition was he going to be released?
On what grounds?
You know, on what grounds? I mean, we need to know so that we can know who is going to be responsible, who's going to be accountable, because he needs to face the law. And that was why we took that rage and anger and fight, you know, to what's that place called now? That police station, you know.
Yeah.
Yes, and Panti, thank you, ma. And when we saw I always forget all these their names they give them, the Oga of the police there, he requested that, okay.
The D.
Is it DPO? No, not the DPO. The
Deputy of Police is Panti.
Yeah. So, anyways, very nice man. We saw him and he insisted that one of us should go and see, so that see him that he's still there, he's not going anywhere. Because the first thing I asked is the investigation that you people are carrying out, is it being completed? Because there is, you know, if they didn't have, or if they didn't have a footage of CCTV footage of what happened, and then maybe it was just mouth say, they will say, okay, they can grant him bail. But there is a CCTV footage of what happened, and they need to do an investigation. And the court is not in section, because if the court was in section, we wouldn't have had all these issues that we had, all this drama that went on would not have gone on, because they would have charged him to court immediately, you know, and, you know, the court would have done whatever they had to do or pass whatever judgment they had to pass. So we knew, because I spoke, and some of my friends spoke to a lot of people in high places, and they were telling us, oh, the court is not in section, they can't keep him for so. Okay, fine, they can't keep him, but we need to know on what grounds is he going to get bail. They need to know what is going on. You can't just tell us they have to. We need to know. I was interested. My foundation was interested, and that was why, we went there. And they said someone had to go and check him out, and so Tone went, because I made a statement by saying I am angry at him right now. I don't think I would want to go and see him because I might just choke him or kill him. I said that. That was my personal opinion about how I felt. Now, I did not say that when they bring him out, we're going to kill him. It's two things. It's two different things. And even me saying that, I didn't have a knife or a gun on me. You understand? But that was how angry I was at him, based on the fact that I watched the CCTV video, and I actually spoke to the young girl. I went to see her, so I was in a place of pain as a mother. And also the fact that I was once a victim. Like a lot of people say, okay, why don't you mention him? I don't have evidence. I mean, this is a case of, is evidence, and people are still attacking. So you can imagine me coming out now that I don't even have evidence. I only have my words against someone's word, and then he could come out and say, oh, no, I didn't do it. It's my word against it, and I don't think it will stand the test of time in the court of law. So it's not even about me, it's about that young girl. So Yomi, from the onset, was enjoying all the clout chasing because he said it to me. I mean, he will come to my page and say, we don't have to fight, we don't have to do this. And then the next minute he's doing a live show. He's talking about, if you send your teenagers to me, or your dad, I would have sex with her. If you, oh yes, oh sorry, I'm not supposed to use that word, right?
Yeah.
You understand? Sorry. I would do this with her. I mean, it was crazy. And each time I go on his live and I watch whatever it is he was spitting out of his mouth, it just enraged me, and I was really upset about the whole thing. And his aim for doing that movie initially was trying to maybe tarnish my image or rubbish me. And he shot himself in the leg by trying to do that. Yeah. Because the young girl, the young innocent girl, I don't know whose child is that young girl that they subjected to saying that in a movie, was just mind-breaking for me. Like, I really felt for that girl who had to, because that innocent girl didn't even know what she was used to do. And here is you interpreting a case that is already in court. And the court already had said that those that had directly or indirectly connected to this case should resist from airing it or talking about it. And then you now go ahead, even if you had the movie, you now went ahead to release that movie. And you're saying in his words that you're trying to teach. What are you trying to teach? Because even as an artist, as a scriptwriter, and a movie producer, and a movie director, and a movie marketer, there is nowhere in my 23 years on earth where I had seen a young girl coming out to say at that age that I want to be a prostitute.
That's totally wrong. That's totally wrong. Iyabo, since you are here, let's talk about TAMPAN and the ban. Is it in relation to this same Baba Ijesha case?
Okay, so it's not exactly related to it. But it's not exactly related to it, but it was because when in my own place of anger and trying to express myself, I kind of made some offensive words. Like I was saying, because I was getting a lot of backlash from my industry also. A lot of people were calling, I mean, the way it is in our industry, them say. I was hearing a whole lot of people were calling me to say, oh, they said this about you on location. Be careful of this said that. And the fact that a lot of my colleagues were silent about the issue really got me pissed. Because I'm like, if it wasn't one of us that committed this offense, we all would have been out there routing, and that was my take.
Oh yeah, if it was a politician.
And the fact that a lot of people went silent on it, I was like, are you people not seeing what's going on? Okay, so since everybody's going silent, no problem. I don't care. You guys can come at me and say, oh, why did you have to go against one of your own? So you know what? We're going to do this, we're going to do that to you. And I said, you know what? You guys can say whatever you want to say. When I'm ready to produce a movie that has to do with language, my language, Yoruba language, anybody to must stop me. So that was what got them upset, that I was like insulting them by saying that word. I was daring them and insulting them. And you know, in Yoruba culture, those kind of languages are not allowed. But I was upset. And that was why I could come back to apologize.
Side, and I actually started fighting them that kini Iyabo ṣe tó tó eléyìí.
You know, I didn't even like, I was so angry. I didn't even remember I said that. I had to go back and watch the clips, and I was like, oh Iyabo, like I was really upset, you know. So there was a lot of things I said out of anger. When I'm angry, that's just me. You know, people real me when I'm really upset, you know, and that was just part of what happened. But I was angry with them because we spoke. Even before I apologized, I actually wanted to come back to Nigeria and grant a press interview and, you know, go all out and really attack them. But when we had the phone conversation, like I had with Femi, I had with Oko Iyabo, and I had with Mukari, I found out that from their own conversations, I could understand where they were coming from. And my own grievances with them was, I was once one of you. I am still one of you. I'm not just a member of that association, right? Because I still do Yoruba movies. Now, if you guys felt I said something that was out of place or not in place, you could have just picked up the phone and you could have called me to say, oh, Iyabo, you made such statements. We're not happy about it. You need to correct it. And I would have gladly done that. You guys didn't have to have a press conference, because the same reason you guys are fighting Nkechi, like Nkechi is coming out on social media with Lege and they're attacking themselves. Iyabo Ojo is coming out on social media and fighting Yomi Fabiyi. You guys did the same. You guys came on social media to pass your judgment without first having to call me or summon me, you know, or, you know, I mean, you guys are doing exactly what you guys are accusing us of doing. And the reason why I was upset with you guys was the same press conference is what I expected you guys to have done in the case of this young child. I was expecting a lot of you to have gone to Princess, to see this child, to see Princess, to talk to her, to show empathy, to be concerned about that child. You know? So that was my pain initially, and still my pain, because I still feel I just feel the industry didn't do right. I feel so, and I still stand on that they didn't do right by Princess, and they didn't do right by that young girl. Because you see, in our industry, our children, they look up to every member of our industry as family. My daughter, my son, when they see an actor or an actress, they either call them daddy or mommy or auntie or uncle, because they believe that we are all one and we are all family. And the entertainment industry at large should be one. So even if it is one of us against one of us, Princess is one of us. You know, she might not be a full-time actress like, you know, some of us, but she's also an entertainer. She is one of us. And I expected them to have, you know, rally around her to show support and to comfort her. You don't really have to come on social media and talk about it. You know, not everybody has that, how do I put it? Not everybody has that, what's that English now? That, not everybody can confront, you know, the public. And even though they are actors and actresses, not everybody likes that, you know, coming on social media and talking and, you know. But I mean, the association should have got to this young girl, you know, to show concern, that would have eased a lot of anger that I had towards them. And I think that's one of the reasons why I came at them the way I did, because I
Long and
just
short,
felt it was unfair.
them.
Sorry?
Have you
I didn't
resolved
get.
your TAMPAN now totally?
Yes, we have. We've had, and that's why I posted that on my page today, that the same energy and power they came at me, I would want them to do that to Yomi too, because he has gone against all the rules and regulations of our industry. On that set, there were a lot of Tampa members there, and there were also a lot of ANTP members there. So now it's not just about Tampa, it's about the Yoruba industry. And this should be an example of how they need to flush the industry or deal with the industry. Because a lot of movies definitely get produced and don't get censored, and they put it out there on YouTube. And you cannot say that as an organization, because you're not the one who's in charge of censor, it doesn't concern you. It does concern you. It does concern every single one of us that has been practicing, or acting, Yoruba movies. It does concern everybody, and we need to stop this act of it doesn't concern me. It does concern you. It does. It
It
has
does.
to do.
All
Yeah,
of
it
us.
does.
Concern
Yes.
anybody that even has a daughter, it concerns you. Anybody
Yes.
that, let me tell you something. There are men married to women today who went through
Yeah.
this in childhood and are suffering for it.
Yeah.
They are suffering because their women are holding back. Their women have unresolved trauma issues. And
Yeah.
to their children, they are subjecting this to their husbands.
Yeah.
So anybody who is around a woman, let me tell you, there is no way your mother, wife, or daughter would not have experienced this at one stage of their lives or the other.
Yeah.
So we're dealing with an issue that women are dealing with, and we cannot just sweep it under the rug.
Yeah.
We press it and help women heal.
Yeah.
Generation pressing them down and telling them to shut up has not gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so. God bless you, darling sister. Thank you.
Bless you too.
Almost 5,000 people watching me live at the same time. Now, crowd.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you, Ma.
So take care of yourself and hope to chat with you soon when we're not chatting about issues. Just a nice.
Okay. Definitely.
And God
All right,
bless.
sir. Bless
All
you
right.
too, sir. All right, sir.
So much, Iyabo. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. I don't know how do I go off? Okay.
I'll take you off because I'm
All
also
right,
going.
sir.
Oh, thank you so much.
All right, sir.